Here's a stock cage off the totaled RZR. If you watch the first video, it'll look pretty familiar. Supposedly it landed on its top at about a 10-foot drop. And that's how this side got caved in. But I'm surprised how good the stock cage held up. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this thing open. I've seen a lot of people speculating what size tubing's inside of it. I've heard it was 065 and then heard 095, so I'm gonna get this roof off here and cut it in half and see what it's got in there. There you have it. It's cut in half. You can see if you look in there, it's looking like it's got a seam in it. Can you feel the hump in there? And that's on all of it. So I got a piece of tube cut out of there. There's a seam mark right there. Got the burrs cleaned off of it. Now you can see what I'm talking about. This little seam line right here. And you can feel it. Got the Harbor Freight job right here. I'm about to test it, see what it measures. Gotta zero it out. Kind of hard to do this with one hand. Looking like 080. I'm guessing it's 083. So I got a piece of DOM here beside it to show you all the difference. You can't see a seam in these. They call them seamless, but it's in there. They just massage it out. But this one, you can definitely see the seam in it. This is 095 DOM, like most cage builders use. Then I got some hot roll. This is 11 gauge tubing. Use this for like tree kickers or bumpers. It's about 50% cheaper than a DOM, but it's got a seam in it. It's a little bit weaker than DOM. I think it's 30 or 40% weaker, they say. But you can see how this one's got the seam in there and how that one's got the seam. So your stock cage is not looking like it's DOM. It's not going to be near as strong as something like this. The DOM goes through an extra process where it's drawn over mandrel and they get all this seam presence out. Tolerances are a lot tighter on the DOM than they are just hot roll seam tube stuff. So if you're thinking about keeping your stock cage, I'd recommend you upgrade. I mean, one hit you're going to be looking like that one, or something like this will take some abuse. This is not going to. But hot roll, stuff like this is plenty good for tree kickers, bumpers, stuff that ain't gonna be over your head. It's not that it's bad tube, it's just there's a better tube out there. Now this junk's ready for the scrap pile. Hope y'all learned a little bit today about stock cages and what they're made out of. I learned a little bit too. I thought they were DOM, but obviously they're not.